Hitting major airports across the country as the Senate tries to break the stalemate with yet another vote expected today, where negotiations stand in just a few moments.
And listen to this. One furloughed worker making the best of his situation by relying on good old-fashioned American capitalism and living out his childhood dream of being a hot dog vendor. We're going to speak with him later this hour.
And honoring heroes, the Fox Nation Patriot Awards taking place last night with First Lady Melania Trump being named Patriot of the Year. We have the highlights, and there are so many. It was a fantastic event. You are watching Fox and Friends First on this Friday morning. I'm Carly Schimpf.
And I am Todd Pyro. How are you holding up on a combined 3.5 hours of sleep?
Listen, we're going full steam ahead this Friday morning.
Let me just say, when she first walked in today, she said hello to me. I was wondering, am I anchoring with Carly Schimpf today or Kathleen Turner? Because your voice was low, but she got it together. We're ready to go.
Thank you.
Let's get straight to Madeline Rivera live in Washington with the latest on the government shutdown. Maddie, good morning.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. Lawmakers are getting skittish about the shutdown. Between aviation headaches and the lapse in SNAP benefits, everyone wants a deal. Today, Senate Republicans are aiming for a test vote on a new spending package that would include long-term funding for the Department of Agriculture, the legislative branch, and the military until next fall. It would also include a promise for a vote on Obamacare subsidies. The deal's fate hinges on Democrats, though. Many want the government to reopen, but progressives are refusing to budge without a firm health care deal, warning moderates not to cave.
Democrats have a choice to make. Are they going to continue to bow to pressure from voices on the far left telling them to keep up their opposition? Or are they going to stop the American people's suffering and end this shutdown?
Americans plagued by high costs fired a political torpedo this week at Donald Trump and Republicans. And the question now is, will Donald Trump and Republicans listen to the American people? Will Republicans finally work with Democrats to reopen the federal government?
Airport chaos ended the 2019 shutdown, and it could once again be the tipping point in this stalemate as phased 10% flight cuts hit major airports. Vice President J.D. Vance saying in part, the shutdown has now passed from farce into tragedy, and the consequences of this national emergency fall on every senator and congressman who refuses to open the government. Meantime, on the SNAP front, a federal judge has ordered the administration to fully fund the food benefits for the entire month of November, and to do so by today. Carly and Todd.
Madeline Rivera live for us in Washington. Maddie, thank you. In just a few hours, President Trump is set to welcome Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban to the White House. The Prime Minister writing, quote, our goal is to establish a strategic partnership that includes energy, cooperation, investments, defense collaboration, and discussions on the post-war landscape following the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The meeting comes as Orban looks to convince the U.S. to allow Hungary to keep buying Russian oil despite Trump's calls for a boycott.
And the Trump administration doubling down on their battle against the cartels, striking another suspected drug boat in the Caribbean yesterday. U.S. forces conducting a lethal kinetic strike, as you see right there on your screen, killing 3 narco-terrorists aboard. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth posting the strike video, writing in part, quote, to all narco-terrorists who threaten our homeland, if you want to stay alive, stop trafficking drugs. If you keep trafficking deadly drugs, we will kill you. All right, 3 minutes after the hour now, as Carly mentioned off the top, it was an amazing night at the 7th annual Fox Nation Patriot Awards. The inaugural Charlie Kirk Legacy Award presented to his widow, Erica, who is now carrying out her husband's legacy as CEO of Turning Point USA.
I want to encourage you to know and understand something that Charlie knew and understood so deeply. He knew that evil wins when good people stay silent. And so for the rest of my life, wins when good people stay silent. And so for the rest of my life, I will make sure that I don't stay silent. I'll keep speaking the truth, no matter the cost.
What a moment. Jason Aldean also taking the stage, paying tribute to Charlie and other Americans fighting for freedom with his song, Try That in a Small Town.
Round here we take care of our own. Cross that line, won't take long for you to find out. I bet we'll give you don't. Try that in this small town.
But it was this inspiring moment between two Patriot Award winners that stole our hearts. Erica Kirk and 13-year-old DJ Daniel hugging backstage. Daniel, who is battling cancer, was there to accept the Young Patriot Award. The Fox and Friends team presented him with that award before he was surprised with the 3 police officers who inspired his passion for law enforcement. And a true American hero, Major James Capers Jr., a Marine who broke barriers on and off the battlefield, received the Salute to Service Award. He is going to be joining Fox and Friends coming up with his reaction. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth even taking the stage to honor the Vietnam vet while signaling that the warrior spirit is back.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been on a project at the Department of War to restore the kind of warriors like Major Capers.
And Carly, as you know, we've had Major Capers on this very show,
Yes,
trying to get him that Medal of Honor that he so deserves. Also joining Fox and Friends later this morning, 2 high school track runners who refused to share a podium with a trans athlete taking a stand to defend women's sports. They were honored with the Most Valuable Patriot Award last night. And the parents of former Hamas hostage Don Alexander accepting the Honor Award on his behalf. As you know, he was held in Gaza for nearly 600 days, but once he was released, the reason he wasn't there last night, it's because he decided to rejoin the IDF. The Don sharing this message.